Travis Kelce shocked Jason Kelce when he confirmed giving Taylor Swift an engagement ring on podcast. On Tuesday, April 8, the Kelce brothers released a new podcast that started the conversation with Jason. "Yo, what did you drink this morning that made you look so serious?" Jason asked, raising an eyebrow as Travis sat down in his chair with an unusually serious expression. "Nothing. It's just that today is a little special," Travis replied, his lips pursed as if he was holding back something. Jason didn't believe it. A quiet Travis Kelce was always more suspicious than a loud Travis Kelce. He tilted his head, picked up the microphone to test the sound, and flicked his brother's cheek. "You got a cold? Or, did Taylor win the jigsaw puzzle again last night?" Travis laughed, awkwardly. "No, but, almost." The technician raised his hand to signal a countdown. The camera flashed. The podcast intro was in Jason's voice, deep, brash, with a bit of the bravado of a legendary former center. "Welcome back to New Heights, the only podcast where two NFL brothers solve the world's problems while still wearing shorts. I'm Jason Kelce, the only one in the house who still works, and the other guy is Travis, the expert in promoting heart-shaped marshmallows and his famous girlfriend." "Yeah, it's me." Travis held up his hands in a peace sign, his voice full of energy but his eyes still had something to reveal. Jason noticed the difference right away. That day's episode started like any other, discussing the latest round of games, funny highlights, and a few questions from fans. Jason rambled on about his youngest daughter pouring cereal on his head at 6 a.m. Travis listened, occasionally dropping a few jokes to fit the role, but not really getting into it like usual. Jason tilted his head, squinting like he was looking through a microscope. "I know something's wrong. Tell me, are you hurt? Did you get fired?" Or, Travis shook his head. "None of that, bro." "So, did Taylor break up with you? What's with the negative thinking?" Travis laughed, looking relaxed for the first time all morning. Jason paused, then looked straight into the camera. "Hey, guys, if my brother starts looking pensive today like he's waiting for his lab results, be prepared. We're about to have some big drama." Travis looked at his brother. Those eyes, Jason had seen them before Travis walked into the Super Bowl, or before he confessed to losing his dad's phone in high school. They were the eyes of someone keeping a huge secret. Jason dropped the mic, crossing his arms. "I'm not going to say any more. But I'm watching." Travis sighed. "Just wait until the end of show. I'll tell you then." Jason raised an eyebrow. "You sound like you're giving a Grammy speech." "Okay," Jason said, leaning back, his arms crossed. "Before we wrap up, do you have anything to say to the world? Because you've clearly been abducted by a UFO all day." Travis took a deep breath. Then, after a moment's hesitation, he leaned closer to the microphone, looking directly into the camera as if he were broadcasting a live news bulletin. "Actually, I proposed to Taylor." There was a moment of complete silence. No laughter. No fan. Not even the tapping of a keyboard from the technician sitting in the corner. Jason blinked. "What?" Travis kept his voice even. "Last week. In Nashville. I gave her the ring." Jason frowned, as if analyzing some weird tactical scheme. Wait. You mean, propose? With a ring? Really?" Travis nodded. 3-carat diamond. Oval. My hands are shaking like Aaron Donald in the hallway. Jason shot up from his chair like there was fire under his ass, his eyes widening. "Travis Michael Kelce, you proposed to Taylor Swift without telling me?" Travis chuckled. "Because I knew you'd react exactly like this." Jason turned to the camera, still in disbelief. "Are you listening? This is a sports podcast, but now it's turned into news. This is why this guy feels like he's swallowing a bigger secret than the Super Bowl plan this morning." A thud sounded behind him. A tech dropped his coffee. Travis turned to Jason, half joking. "I was going to keep it a secret until, but it felt like the podcast was the place to be. Jason put his hands on his hips. The place? The place to be would be to talk to your brother first, and then broadcast it to millions of people. Travis shook his head, smiling sheepishly. I wanted you to know at the same time as everyone else. Because, you're a part of it. Jason fell silent. What? Taylor said, she thinks I'm important to you. And if you dare to tell me this on the podcast, where we're real, then that's the final answer that you're serious. Jason sat back, silent for a few seconds. No longer angry. Just clear emotion in his eyes, and she meant it? Travis nodded. Yeah. I have a video if you want to watch it. Jason crossed his arms and nodded. Damn. This confuses me more than when my daughter asks me, what is love, Dad? Okay, Jason said, his voice softer. Details. I need details. I need reports, schedules, videos, photos, scripts. Don't be shy. Travis nodded, as if he had already prepared. Okay. Starting last week. I told Taylor we were having a small dinner at a friend's house in Nashville, but I rented the whole restaurant. We ate in a small room, candlelights, violins. Jason rolled his eyes. You rented the violin? Not me. Jack Antonoff helped me with the music. Travis laughed, as if it were completely normal. Jason put his head in his hands. I feel like I'm living in a movie. And when dessert came, her favorite chocolate liqueur cake, there was a little box on the plate. I wrote a letter, not very long, but heartfelt. Jason sighed. Okay. That part sounds good. And what did she say? Travis laughed, this time with a smile that couldn't hide his happiness. She cried. Said, I never thought I'd find someone like you, in this world. And then, she nodded. The room fell silent again, but this time it was a warm silence. Jason looked at his brother, no longer the fumble Travis who changed his playlist, but a man who had entered a whole new chapter. I can't believe it, Jason said softly. My brother is marrying Taylor Swift. Travis shrugged. I can't believe it either. But I'm sure. Jason stood up and patted his brother on the shoulder. Well, congratulations, bro. But don't think I'm going to let your wedding go by. My wedding speech will go down in history. Jason was still in shock. Both hands on the table, eyes drifting as if trying to rewind Travis's entire life in his head to find the moment when his little brother became a man enough to propose to Taylor Swift. Meanwhile, Travis sat back in his chair, twisting the fake plastic ring that the technical team had just given him to illustrate the proposal. Even though it was an act, the smile on his lips was still strange, gentle, happy, and a little confused. Okay, tell me from the beginning, Jason said, taking another cup of coffee. When did you start planning this? Actually, Travis hesitated. Since the Arrowhead show. Jason raised an eyebrow. You mean the first Taylor concert you went to? When you were denied a friendship bracelet because she didn't talk before the show? That's it. Travis laughed, scratching his head slightly. I was like, if I had a second chance, I wouldn't just give you my arm. I would give you my life. Jason narrowed his eyes. Did you seriously say that? It's cheesy, but I mean it. Jason shook his head. Go on, Shakespeare NFL. Travis said it wasn't until a few months later, when he and Taylor actually met for the first time at an informal gathering after the Chiefs' win over the Broncos, that they started talking seriously. You know, Travis laughed. She's not at all like I imagined. Different in what way? Jason asked, curious, less flashy.